It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It's game day at Toyota of Hollywood. Our all-stars are here to give you our MVP experience. Join the fun and feast on discounts up to $4,500. Huddle up and score big on a 25 Corolla. Not $26,000, $17,988. It's a tailgate party you don't want to miss. So gobble up the savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store. Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days. From Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura ADX. $239 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Morning, boys and girls. Hope you all are doing well on a Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. It is day number 19,011 since the Miami Dolphins were world champions. It is day number 8,794 since the Hurricanes were national champions. So we move ahead here on a Wednesday, a hump day. We got Sean Stanley, of course, mastering the platform as he always does. We've got the markets
that's where we at right now. I think we're barely up right now. We had a decent number, right? 33 points. The Dow is up, not up by a bunch. S&P down 29 points. And the NASDAQ is down almost 2 points. So that's what we got going on now so far. And, of course, my beloved Bitcoin is at 73.8. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. Anyway, so lots of stuff going on. Not really. It's a slow day, actually. It's really on the sports side. It's kind of one of those lame days that there isn't really a lot to talk about. So it's just it's I tell you this, right? But then you tune in maybe to other things and they'll be baiting you with quarterback talk, which we already kind of talked about that yesterday, how I feel about it, because it's bullshit talk. It's lazy talk, and it's funny because right now what it is it's a fins up reach is what's going on. The media, they're reaching for shit now. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in the off season now. So now you got to try to talk up something in the draft. You got to try to talk up something in free agency, whether it's the departure of players, which we already know that they're going to cut players and all that kind of stuff. And how many times are we going to talk about that? And how many times are you going to talk about a quarterback and how silly it is at this time to really even consider a quarterback right now? You know what I'm saying? It's not even worth considering. You want to take something late in the draft? Yeah, then you could do something like that. Who cares? Anybody can take a late stab with anybody. But it's kind of what it's all about now. We're in the fins up reach section of the season where the desperate Dolphins fan, because they're kind of got blinders on and they don't really have a ton going on in their lives, they love to just follow Dolphins. They eat up any silly little news out there that really is not news. Like Terrence Marshall signing, a second-round bust from years ago. And so now they can write stories about, well, he has the size and he has this potential and maybe a new place. And, it's the fins up reach zone where we're at right now. That's what we're doing right now. Everybody's reaching. Everybody's reaching for an angle to try to get hey, did you see what Troy Aikman said about Halfley, how he really liked him and all that? And so, again, whatever. None of this means anything. It's just until we actually see the people do their jobs, and hopefully they do a really good job, then that's what's really going to get excited. But I just kind of find it funny now, the stage we're at now, where people are just throwing bait out there and chum and just trying to bring you in with any little silly hook that they can that means absolutely nothing in the overall picture. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they're all going to like Halfley. They hired the guy. Show me a video that says that, I didn't agree with Ross and his son-in-law about this Halfley guy. I really wanted the other guy. Whatever, are they going to do that? No, I don't think so. I think they all say in the draft, we got the guy we were targeting. That's just kind of the way it goes, Anyway, but that's where we're at now. I just find it funny now. We're just in the fins up reach zone. And this is where I tell you a lot of times that if you only cover a beat or you only do a platform for just one team or one team or whatever, you're kind of limited, so you have to reach for all this bullshit, and it's just meaningless stuff. But I will say some of you will get caught up in the trash, and you'll get taken along with it, but it happens. But enjoy the fins up reach zone nowadays. Let's wait for some real tangible stuff to actually happen. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. It's very important that you smash the like button. that gets the algorithms going. Back to 74.4 now. Was it 73 something? Didn't I tell you? All right. And don't forget, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can send in your questions, comments, or insults as always. Let's see. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Sorry. I'm in the middle of switching my tickets from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale for Hollywood for Triumph. So I got a buddy of mine that's kind of taking care of it right now. Anyway. All right. So appreciate you all out there as always. Thank you. Somebody, by the way, I got to find who it was on this thing on Venmo, but somebody sent me Litecoin. I've never had Litecoin ever, and I appreciate it. I was just trying to find it, who sent it to me. But somebody sent me that, and so appreciate that. Thank you out there. I just don't see it on the Venmo. It's kind of weird. It was just there, sitting in my Venmo, and I don't know where the hell it came from. So appreciate it. Thank you out there, whoever it was. And remember, Cash App or Venmo, just make sure you send a message and stuff. That way I kind of know what the hell's going on. Pep enjoyed the Big Cheese commercial. Yeah, well, go there, bro. Go get. Well, I don't think for breakfast, unfortunately, but you can go there for lunch and go enjoy some garlic rolls. That's for sure. That is for sure. Oof, place is just absolutely awesome. It is delicious, as they say. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? So yesterday, the Miami Heat ended up losing to the Hawks. They were celebrating the 2016, which was cool. I mean, it's 20 years from the first championship. It's such an important moment for the franchise. It's an important moment for Riley because when he took over, that was his first stuff that he talked about, that he had a dream about, a parade down Biscayne Boulevard, and they couldn't get it over the hump with those Zoe and Timmy teams who were really good, and they could have won a championship if some guy named Michael Jordan, I think it was, right? Some guy like that, or he kind of cock blocked everybody, in the league. The Cavs could have won one, the Knicks could have won one, Utah could have won one, Indiana could have won one. There's a lot of teams in that era, including our beloved Miami Heat, that could have won a championship that era if it wasn't for some stinking team that was just dominating. Because seriously, the Heat were deep enough and good enough that they could have, if you take the Bulls out of the equation, which you can't, the Heat were good, just like the Davis boys and Reggie Miller. That was a badass team. The Cavs and all that, So it was important to celebrate that, because that 2016 kind of broke through that glass ceiling and kind of got Riley what he talked about, that championship. And then it really kind of cemented all the stuff. The culture was in place, the winning was in place, but you had not gotten over that final hump. And that's what's so important about that team. I covered that team. I was in the locker rooms in Dallas, full of champagne and all that stuff. It was a lot of fun to watch all of that, to watch Zoe and UD, and Zoe was crying because obviously everything he went through with the kidney ailment and all that, to bounce back and be that. And I remember Jason Williams in the locker room saying, they said I was a problem. They said I was a problem. He kept screaming in the locker room. And, because he went there and wasn't a problem, and he meshed and he played with everybody else, and they won a championship and all that kind of stuff. So it was fun. It was fun. I'm glad. Brought back some memories for myself, obviously, because I'm there all over the place, home and in Dallas. The QAM actually spent money to send me on the road because my beat was the Dolphins and the Heat in those days. And so by some miracle, the QAMs actually spent money and sent me on the road, which was really, really cool for that. So I was able to experience that. And a lot of fun. I know the reality of where the Heat is now is what it is. They're not a good team. I don't know if you caught it, the press conference after when Spo was talking about playing with consistency and how the great teams can kind of bring it every night. And I don't care who was missing, but if Bam's a star, play like a star, which he's not a star, never has been a star, never will be a star. Even, it's funny. Ira has been dead ass wrong about Bam, right? And then he's finally leaned over to me on the super role player thing. But then yesterday, in the middle of the interview, he thinks that if you go get Giannis, then Bam's a good number 2. And I had to stop him in his tracks right away. Like, no, stop with that. He's not a number 2. He's not a number 1. He's not a number 2. Bam is at best a number 3. That's why I think the Giannis move is a stupid move, because, one, you're going to inherit a guy that's going to have a whole bunch of injuries down the stretch, and you're going to pay a lot of money, and you're not going to end up winning because there is no other star next to him. There's no star. Bam's not a star. And just because you add Giannis doesn't make him a number 2. And last night, you needed a number 1 against a sorry-ass Hawks team. Can he be a number 1? Of course he can't. Why? Because he can't bring it consistently. Exactly what Spo was talking about in the postgame is the reason why they're not a good team. Yeah, in general, that's what he's talking about. But I can spin that definition and say it's also the reason why Bam isn't a star. Because stars bring it, whether you like it or not. They're going to score 25, 30 on your head. Unless you injure them, they will score. Are they going to have a bad night or two in the season? Yeah, in the season. But a star, it's every night, bro. It's every night. Every night. In fact, it's every night that the opposing team has to set their defense for him. Nobody does that for the Miami Heat because there is no Dwayne Wade. There is no Shaquille. There is no LeBron. There is no Bosh. There is no Alonzo. There just isn't a star. End of story. And that's what's happened. And that's what you watched last night. So it's kind of it's really sad. And because last night you're celebrating that great moment, and then you really look at what the franchise has become, and wow, that 2006 team had stars, and it had former stars that were role players. Just like, by the way, in the Big Three era, that Ray Allen wasn't a star, but he used to be a star. He's a Hall of Fame player that was coming off the bench for you. That's some special shit. Okay? So when you can do stuff like that, that's when you know you're at another level as a franchise. And that's when you know that this franchise now is levels above where it used to, levels below where it used to be. Sad, man. Welton Rayom, by the way, those guys know how to get it done. 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Tell him that Big O sent you. They will definitely take care of you. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? By the way, they lose 127 to 115 yesterday. Paul Larson, 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. Jaime Jaquez had 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. They will visit Boston on Friday. All right. Tonight, the Panthers are back in action. It's a tough one. By the way, I think, not that I'm a gambling expert, of course. We're not financial advisors. We're not gambling experts. We're not experts in anything. We don't know anything. We're there you go. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I keep texting back and forth because I'm in the middle of switching my tickets from Tampa to Hollywood. And he's telling me, hey, roll this, roll that. And I'm trying to do a show at the same time. I'm trying to fix that up because I don't want to. I'm actually not going to go to the Tampa one. I'm just going to go to Hollywood. And that's it. Screw it. I've seen Triumph before, so it's all right. I don't need to go see him a whole bunch of times. Yes, sir.
You're talking about the Panthers. No Kachuk or Reinhardt on the ice this morning for the Panthers skate. That was from Jordan McPherson.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It just continues and it just doesn't stop. It's too many injuries. It's just been one of those where you are snake bitten the entire year. And who knows, man? Maybe the best thing for them is to not even go into the playoffs and just have a full off season where everybody can get healthy and be fresh and come back. Because I'm at a point now that let's be honest, you know what I mean? They're human beings. They're not superheroes. They're so beaten up from 3 straight years and then another season now and injuries. Do you think they have it in the tank right now to start a 2-month run in the playoffs and play like they played the last few years? I just don't think so. I think that they're worn out mentally and physically right now. And I think that they need a kind of reset, unfortunately. You know? So it's crazy, but no, it is what it is. Hopefully they'll get through it. What they've given us is something that will last a lifetime. Like I told you guys before, when this was going on, appreciate it because you don't know when it's going to end. I'm not saying it's ending now, but it could. And it's just something that you won't live again. We never lived again the Dolphins. We're never living again what happened with the Heat. You can forget about that shit. You're never going to live again what we lived through the Miami Hurricanes in the 80s and 90s. I'm not even counting 01 because I was 10 years removed from the real run of the first 4 championships. That was the impressive run. The 5th one was a bonus, but it's really not part of the run because it was a decade removed from it. But the first 4, those are the impressive. That's the impressive run right there. 4 in that short time. That's dynasty-like. You know what I mean? So all that kind of stuff will never be repeated, probably. There's a great chance it'll never be repeated. Hell, winning 2 World Series in 6 years, 97 and 03. And we talked about this last year. Remember, I told you guys about this. I said, hey, appreciate it, embrace it. You never know when it's going to end. And I'm not saying that this Panther run is over, but you just never know. You just never know because they're human beings. They have gone on a run that is very hard to do. and their bodies and their minds have been beaten to a pulp. And now they can beat people to a pulp on a consistent basis. They are no longer the hammer that drives the nail. And so, unfortunately, they've become the nail. And right now, they're not at a point where they can get back to becoming that force that they were, that intimidating physical, mental force where they just brought it, what Spo was talking about, every night. They can't do it. They can't do it right now. And I understand. And I totally understand. And I appreciate everything that they've done, you know? So just it's kind of a sad situation, but it is what it is. By the way, next week will be this Wednesday. Next week we will be at Toyota of Hollywood, 1841 North State Road 7, right between Hollywood and Sheridan, right on 441, folks. And they are the number one volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. They've got no payments for 90 days. They've got over 2,000 vehicles, over 1,200 new vehicles, like the Camry LE right now, 0 down, $299 a month. Tell them that I sent you. 1841 North State Road 7, Herbie Lopez, and all the great people there at Toyota of Hollywood. I'll see you there next Wednesday. Sean and I will be there next Wednesday. We're in studio for the rest of the week. And then next week, we'll be out at Hialeah on Tuesday, Toyota on Wednesday. And then that's it, right? That's it, I think. No? Where else? Acura Friday? Yeah, Acura Friday. So all good in the hood. So next week we'll have 3 appearances overall. All right. By the way, don't forget at Hialeah Park, we were there yesterday, Sundays and Mondays, they've got up to $20 of free food vouchers when you play 3 hours after 12 p.m. And said you can only make money with good luck. They've got the biggest loser contest. I should get into that because that's definitely me. $500 for the highest losing hand. That definitely would be me. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 2 to 10 p.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. And any full house in Texas Hold'em and a Triple J and 2 2s in Omaha, 50% one card in Texas and 50% Turn River in Omaha. I have no idea what I just read there. Just want you to know that. I mean, that part there, I got to tell you, because I don't play poker. So I'm not really going to understand that. Now, you poker people, you'll understand that. But this loser, the biggest loser, I'm not going to understand it. But anyway, take advantage there at Hialeah Park with the loose slots. They've got a bunch of places to eat. They've got Vicky's Bakery. So, you know, so a lot of places have some fun Fridays and Saturdays. They've got DJs and music and all kinds of stuff. Black coffee this weekend. So all good. All right. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. You can make send in a question, a comment when you make a donation there. Send in your insults too at the same time, which is always great. I see Jeff in Long Island's number 1. I see NorCal. Horn Dog says, good morning. I'll never forget that night they won their first NBA championship. D Wade was a monster. Yes, sir. That was a lot of fun. And we should have won it all in 2005 as well. Yeah, the injuries, the 2 injuries, that's really what did it, man. It was the thigh and the rib injury to Shaq and Wade. And if not, let me tell you, that year is the year that Shaq was playing out of his mind. They would have beaten San Antonio for sure, and Detroit for sure that year. What else do we have? Cosa Nostra, Pep, True Fin Fan, Lenny Pena, good morning to you. Ted, Ty in the Bronx, Big Johnson. Let's see, Dolphin Dave. Are you watching Kid Rock or Bad Bunny? I don't really watch usually the halftime shows unless I like the artist, and I don't like the artist. So, I'm definitely not going to watch Kid Rock and that loser bullshit that they're doing over there on that crap. 100 idiots will watch that crap. But the Bad Bunny one is going to get incredible ratings. Okay? Incredible ratings. It's going to be watched by a ton of people, right? And remember, here's the best part, Big Johnson. The MAGA idiots, all they're doing is adding more attention to it. You know what I mean? So, that other show is with Kid Rock. I mean, he's had that festival that everybody's been dropping out of. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. The Trump Kennedy Center now is going to be closed for 2 years. Yeah, that's a good one. Since everybody is canceling, nobody wants to play in the building anymore because of the orange idiot. So to me, it doesn't matter. I'm not watching Bad Bunny because that's not my style of music. I don't like it. But again, if it was Beyonce, I would only watch it with the volume down. Like, I really wouldn't care. Like the J-Lo and Shakira one. Do you think I gave a shit about J-Lo or Shakira's music? No, dude. I was just looking at J-Lo and Shakira. That's it. I don't give a shit about Shakira's music. But that's me. You know what I mean? That's my tastes. So my taste isn't what those idiots are doing with Kid Rock, and my taste isn't Bad Bunny either. So for halftime, I'll be relaxing, doing something else, talking with somebody or something like that. I really won't give a shit. But my wife and daughter will be watching Bad Bunny. Guaranteed they'll be watching Bad Bunny. They like Bad Bunny. Okay? Lots of women like Bad Bunny. So, I may not like it, but, just because I don't like Taylor Swift or I don't like Beyonce or I don't like, any kind of like that girly stuff music and pop crap. No, that's not my style. You know what I'm saying? What can I tell you? So, yeah, I won't be watching any of that. I won't really give a shit about it. I'll watch the game and I'm good. NorCal says Big O cut Tua. He's already paid. Why not let him ride the bench on another team? Gets desperate for a QB or something. Relax, dude. It all happened. It's a June 1st thing. They'll first explore leading up to the draft if they can trade him for a late round pick where they pay a certain amount of the salary and all that. But don't move him. Don't worry about it. Don't move him. And listen to our conversation yesterday with Furones, and I explained why they're going to move him. And don't move him. Don't move him for PR purposes, for more future money, possibly that you could lose, all those kind of things. Don't move him. They'll try first to trade him by buying out some of the salary like they did with Tannehill. And if they can't do that, they'll just outright cut him. That's all. But it'll happen. Don't worry about it, dude. Again, that's where the Finns reach up is at right now, because they got nothing else to talk about, and they're not going to do it now. So, but let's talk about it anyway. You know what I mean? And we're not going anywhere right now. You're, as U2 would say, you're running to stand still. Yeah, take it easy. It's going to happen. Let's see. Metallica. Ted says Metallica is doing their own halftime show on some other channel. I didn't hear about that. But Metallica is going to the Sphere. I'll be there. That'll be the next time I see Metallica. And maybe the last time I see Metallica, to be quite honest. I've seen Metallica a ton over time, but at the Sphere, I'll go to see Metallica one more time. Yeah. Might be the last time I'll see Metallica. But at the Sphere, I will make a trip to the Sphere to see anybody that I really like. Like, look at No Doubt. I never saw them in the 90s. In the early 2000s, I guess, right around where the run ended. But unfortunately, I didn't get to see them. Now they're going to do that residency at the Sphere, and I'm going to go over there. Now I'm going to see a couple of other concerts at the same time. It'll be a week of shows. It's not just that, There's Echo and the Bunnymen. There's Santana. Something else. Forgot what it is. But either way. What else do we have here? What did you think of the Ozzy? I talked about it on Monday, my brother. It's there on Monday's show. Loved it. I thought Post Malone did a really good job. But I talked all Grammys on Monday from what I saw. Okay, I didn't see the whole show. I normally don't watch it, so I kind of caught it by chance, and so I saw it. Let's see, Lenny Pena. Those mid-'90s Zoe and Timmy teams were fun to watch. We could never get past the Knicks except for that 1 year due to suspension with P.J. Brown, suplex Charlie Ward, but those were fun years. Yep. Let's see. Good morning, John Padilla from Berkeley, California. Brian Landis. Eric, the Panthers need rest. Yep. I agree with you, my brother. Magnus, what's up with you, sir? Aquavision, hello. Ocala Joe is smashing it. Keeping it warm by smashing it. Let's see. Trent, Panthers are done this year? Probably. I was really hoping that they could pull it off. By the way, I see Fort Lauderdale United this weekend. They are hosting Dallas Trinity at Beyond Bankcard Field. We will be broadcasting there on Saturday. I forgot. That's another live appearance this week. So we're done for the rest of the weekdays, but Saturday we will be broadcasting in Davie for that matchup. And we'll be out there. Our show will run from 4:30 to 6:30, I believe, right? Yeah, right. That's what we do, right? Because it's 7:30. Yes, we're off an hour before. So 4:30 to 6:30 Saturday, we will be doing a show here. So we'll have some interviews. We'll go over what's going on in local sports. It's a regular talk show, but we'll sprinkle in some stuff also. Since we're there at Fort Lauderdale United, I'm sure one of the ladies will join us for an interview, and we'll have some fun there at the game. So you can get your tickets, by the way, ftlutd.com. You can use that QR code right there. Get your season tickets for the rest of the year, and join us out there. Take the family, take the kids. Really affordable compared to regular sports out there. This is pro sports at an affordable level, and kids have a bunch of games to be doing while they're at the game, which is cool. So, all kinds of stuff. So come on out and join us, and say hi, by the way, if you see us out there. Okay, because usually we're walking around also. Let's see, what else do we have? Alexa says he's watching Bad Bunny. A lot of people will watch Bad Bunny, bro, just because I don't like it, does nothing for me, but it is what it is. MAGA throwing their own halftime show is the epitome of racism. There's been multiple halftime shows that I didn't care for. Didn't mean I threw my own show like a whiny bitch. Yeah, but that's kind of the politics nowadays. That's all. I thought the Rihanna one was garbage, and I like Riri. I like her music, but that whole thing that she had and all that, because she was pregnant and all that, you know what I'm saying? But I thought it was kind of lame. I didn't think the one I did enjoy was when they had all the rap artists. That was actually really cool. I thought that one was really, really good. But yeah, sometimes they have halftime shows that I don't like. Hey, I love when they have U2 or Kiss or Bruce Springsteen. Some people don't. That when they bring some of when they used to, because now we're at a point where they're too old now. But when they used to bring, I used to like it, and I used to hear people all the time complain about it. I've been doing this for a long time, for decades now. So I've gone through this every single year, hearing about complaints and this and that or whatever. And, it's like that meme that's out there that shows Bad Bunny and Melania Trump. And, well, only one has been an illegal alien. And it ain't Bad Bunny. So that's the funny part about it all. Okay. The funny part about it all is that Bad Bunny's not the illegal alien here. The other one got here just like the people they're deporting illegally and then had to find their way. You know, like the landscapers they're deporting, the people that clean your homes, the jobs that Americans don't do. We're deporting those people. We're not just deporting the bad people, that's where it becomes a joke. That's why even Republicans and people in the middle are, you're never gonna shade those crazy MAGA idiots because they don't care if he's hiding pedophiles. They don't care. January 6th. They don't care about anything. He can do whatever, and they forgive everything. So that percentage, that group, those people will never ever get off the bandwagon. But the people that are a little bit more normal Republicans to the middle, they're the ones that are seeing all the bullshit, and they're the ones getting off. So, it is what it is. It was fun for them while it lasted. They will lose all power now in the midterms. It's like you have an opportunity to do something good and do it right, but when you don't, but each side will do that. Each side will screw it up. Now we'll get Newsom, which will be another disaster because that's what that side is going to prop up. They're going to prop up that clown. So it doesn't matter, folks. We're screwed either way. Extremes one way, extremes the other. Like I call it the political pendulum. You know how the Dolphins get the players coach, then they get the hard ass. Then they get the players coach, then they get the hard ass. And that's what America does. They'll get the Republican, then they'll get the Democrat. Then they'll get the Republican, then they'll get the Democrat. We'll get Bush Jr., then we'll go to Obama. Then we'll go to Trump. Then we'll go to Biden. Then we'll go to Trump, and now we'll go to Newsom. And then I don't know who they'll prop up next on the other side after the 4 disastrous years of Newsom. It's the stupid political pendulum. That's all. There's no rhyme or reason. Each party puts a terrible candidate and their stupid policies. And, this guy is shipping out people that he shouldn't be shipping out. The other guy is letting in millions that he shouldn't let in. It's just extremes from both ends. That's all. That's all. And suckers that follow both. I'll go see Bad Bunny at the Sphere. Alexa, that dude will sell out the Sphere for months, bro. Yeah. He goes, it'll be just like U2 and selling it out like that because people will come from all over the world to go see him. And I could give a shit about his music, but it is what it is. Think Blue Dodgers is smashing it, baby, from LA. And he's partaking in some activities too at the same time. Ted says Metallica are reportedly close to signing a deal to play residency at Las Vegas here. I know. I can't wait. In 2027, that means my flight from Panama will be fun. I like it. Anthony says, call me a Debbie Downer, but I think we don't get anyone today. I hope that I'm wrong. Like we trade places like we have. Oh, well, it's not today. Isn't it tomorrow? Isn't it tomorrow? It's tomorrow the deadline, right? At 4 or today at 4? Wait a minute. Am I confused?
It is Thursday, I believe, because Ira said he'd be on with us Thursday if there was any.
Right. Exactly. Yes. What are you doing to me, Anthony? Trying to confuse me here, bro? It's tomorrow, bro. So not today, tomorrow. Okay. True Fin Fan, thank you, sir, for the super chat. He says, I'd rather listen to McDaniel over shitty Bunny. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm not a Bad Bunny guy. I don't like the music. And it has nothing to do with his stupid dress or whatever the hell or, crazy crap or whatever. I don't really give a shit about that. He's doing stuff to stir it up is what he's doing. And he's doing a good job of it. Stoney Stanley in the house. Dolphins need to bring in Winston. You can get him cheap. He's a great team player. Yeah, he's entertaining. Yeah, you're going to have a shitty season. Why not bring a guy that's a couple sandwiches short of a picnic? I like it. Yeah, you can talk a bunch of crap and all that, and give us some entertainment. I'm with you there. Shapiro would be a good choice for Dems. No, not right now because he's Jewish. Unfortunately, I would vote for Shapiro in a heartbeat. Bashir's the guy that they should pick in Kentucky. Republicans should pick Rand, and Democrats should pick Bashir. But would they do that? No, that would make too much sense for Republicans and Democrats. So those idiots will want to pick the J.D. Vance or Little Rubio or something wild. They're not going to pick like a Rand Paul. No. The Democrats, they're not going to pick a Bashir. No, dude, they're going to go with AOC. They're going to go with Newsom. They're going to go with the loser, bro. Okay? The Indian, Elizabeth Warren. She might put her TP in there for the race. You just never know. That's what they'll do. That's what these parties do. They don't go with logic. Democrats and Republicans aren't about logic. Come on. That's why Elizabeth Warren and Donald Trump, they both met in the middle and said, yeah, we should eliminate the debt ceiling. Because they're the same. The extreme left, extreme right, they're the same. They just have two different colors. The people in the middle, like us, we're the minorities now in the country. So we're done, dude. So a Shapiro now, because of his religion, will probably hurt him. I'm just being honest, and I love Shapiro, but I would pick Bashir instead. But they won't pick either one of those guys. They're too central, bro. They won't pick Rand Paul on the right. He makes too much sense sometimes. He won't go with all the crazy far right crap. That's just kind of the way it goes. That's what these parties do. They go with the people that are completely sold out to all their interests. That's why Kentucky is the only state in the country that kind of makes sense with their politics. The only one. The other four. So, anyway, Dolphins need a hard-ass coach. You're going to get that, Ted. And then if he fails, you'll get the players coach. You'll go Jimmy, then you'll go Wanstead. That's just kind of the way it goes, dude. You went Flo, you went Mike McDaniel, now you're going Halfley. Yeah, that's just kind of the way it goes, dude. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. The dolphin pendulum and the political pendulum. They're all the same. What else? Wait till the Swedish House Mafia gets on deck for the Sphere. Amazing. Eric Prides? Eric Prides. Is that how it's pronounced? I have no idea, dude. I've heard of Swedish House Mafia, but again, Eric Prides, I don't know who he is. I guess he's part of Swedish. I have no idea. I'm not in that level of that kind of stuff. Daniel says, oh, what's up with QAM having Joe Brady on this morning? Oh, he's a local guy. Oh, Joe had him? Good. Whatever. I mean, not that I would give a shit about listening to the interview, but I get it. He's always had the high school connection and all that kind of stuff, and that's why he did it. It's fine. Whatever. Let's see. Electron says, I'm Latino. Bad Bunny music sucks. Glad he called out ICE right before the Super Bowl, though. That's a badass Bunny. Music still sucks, though. You know what? Electrundo, you and I are the same. I don't give a shit about his music, but I'm glad that he called out ICE. Yes, I'm glad. Yes, because ICE is garbage. So, yes. Remember, Boy George was the original. Dude, it's Little Richard. It's David Bowie. It's Elton John. It's we've had The New York Dolls. We've please, dude. Like, this is, what are we talking about here? You know, we were born yesterday or something. I've been around forever, bro. I've seen all of this. This isn't anything new. This has been going on. Drag has been going on for hundreds of years. In burlesque shows and all kinds of crap. This is nothing new, dude. You know, it's just some group of tight-ass conservatives make it out more than what it is. That's all. But that's been going on forever, man. It's nothing new. Nothing new. It's just made out to be bigger than what it is now. That's all. So Boy George wasn't even the first one, you know. The Divine was before Boy George. Some of you out there going, Divine? Fuck's he talking about? You know, do your homework. It just, you know. If you know anything about pop culture, or maybe, you know what? If you haven't lived it, you don't know it. Or maybe you lived, but you weren't aware. But I lived, and I'm very aware of everything that I've lived through and watched. And, you know, and like I've told you, I'm old enough that things come back and they repeat themselves over and over and over again. You know, there isn't that much new, you know, creativity and originality, to be quite honest. A lot of the stuff gets repeated and gets copied and all that kind of stuff, you know. So yeah, it's not Boy George as the original. There's lots of drags that came before Boy George. I thought it was David Bowie. There's lots of them, my brother. There's lots of them. There's lots of them, you know. It's just kind of, you know, it's a thing that they kind of make it sound like it's a new thing, and it's not. Dems would never pick AOC as a presidential nominee. She's far, well, you know, Skyler. Okay. You know, you say that, but, you know, if you're picking Newsom, what's the difference? Really? What's the difference? And Newsom's the one they're going to prop up. What's the difference between AOC and Newsom? One's hotter. That's about it. But they're radical as hell. You ever seen California? You know, I mean, give me a break, dude. So what's the difference between AOC and Newsom? Are you kidding me? So, yeah, it's a stupid party, Skyler. Don't try to defend a stupid party. Please don't defend Republicans and Democrats here. You're going to get fucking crushed. Okay? Fucking crushed. Please. Don't ever try to defend any of these parties like, oh, they would never. No, they're capable of doing anything and everything, both parties. Let's get that shit straight, Skyler. Okay? So as they say in Scarface, you know, get your head out of your culo. Louder. Thomas Massey. He's hated by both sides. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That's a good one. I like that one. I like that line. Blank boat. ICE is getting the job done. Yes, definitely. Yeah. They're criminals, you know, can get the job done sometimes. They get away with crimes like murder. Divine, never heard of. I'm close to your age. Like I said, Alexis, some of us lived it, but weren't aware of it. Dance high, feel the beat. Rock your body the native beat. Does that give you anything? Anyway, RuPaul is awesome. Huge fan here. There you go. Supermodel work. Anyway. Not saying I'd vote for AOC, just saying they're definitely not the same. No, I'm with you. AOC's much finer than Newsom. That's what I'll say. I wouldn't vote for her. I'd throw in a garbage can, but she does look a lot hotter than Newsom. That I'll give. I'll give her that. I'll give her that over Newsom. That's about it. But both I would throw in a garbage can. Let's see. Mark NorCal says, I'm moving to Panama with Big O if Newsom even runs. Newsom's running, bro. Newsom's running and he's winning. They're going to nail us with that guy next. Guaranteed, bro, they're going to nail us with that guy. Watch. NorCal lives there. That's awesome. NorCal lives there. So he has firsthand knowledge. He's been Newsomed. Poor NorCal. He's been dolphined and Newsomed. Can you imagine that? And then overall, he's getting trumped. And he got Bidened. Think about that. Think about being NorCal'd. That's rough. Because a lot of us have to be trumped and Bidened, but he's also got Newsomed. Look at that. Some of us had to get Biden, trumped, dolphined, but we're not getting Newsomed. Poor NorCal. Please. Condolences to NorCal. Condolences to Think Blue Dodgers. These people they take extra pain than we do. You know, have some sympathy for our friends in California there. Not only did they have to deal with Biden and Trump and the Dolphins, Newsom also. You know? Telling you. That's just wrong on every level, folks. Wrong on every level. Just like it's wrong not to have Sloman's home security in 49 of 50 states. So make sure you reach out to them, 1-800-ALARM-ME. And ShieldLink is awesome. It's an app that you can control all the lights, the climate, the door locks, the music, the blinds, the TV. So damn cold, you're headed home, hit that heater. So when you get home, it's nice and warm. The dogs, if you have dogs like we do, and it's kind of cold, turn on the heater for the dogs a little bit, man. That's kind of cruel. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of stuff, it's really hot. You turn on the AC. So when you get home, it's cool. Or maybe you're getting home a little late. You want to turn on the lights. So it looks like there's some action in the house, that kind of stuff. That's what you're going to love about ShieldLink. Please reach out to them. We're in 49 of 50 states. 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. All right. Let's see. I like John Fetterman, senator from Pennsylvania, Democrat. And he speaks the truth. Yes, but will he be alive next month? I'm just saying. He's got worse health than Biden. And Biden was dead while in office. We had a dead president, not the Bills. Well, no, the Bills are dead when they make it to the Super Bowl and in big moment. Well, I'm sorry, I digress. But I'm just saying he's really bad. So, I know Fetterman actually at times, he does stuff that makes sense and says stuff that makes sense. And he's more middle for the Dems. I understand that, but man, he's got health issues. I don't know if that guy could handle ever being president. I think he would die in the first month of being president, to be quite honest. So that's where, for me, John, I'd almost put in, what's her name? That she ran till she was 90, and she died. I might bring her back. Finkelstein, whatever, something like that. The one that she was 92 when she was still in Congress. Somebody help me out. Anyway, I might vote for her before Fetterman, and she's dead already. Yeah, I don't know. Fetterman is, guy walks around like he's on life support. So I'd be concerned about that guy. What else do we have? I hope Heat don't get Giannis. I'm with you there, dude. I'm with you there. I am with you there. NorCal says, I got weed, though. I like it. Good for you. I mean, But is it because of Newsom, or was it already there before Newsom? So we can't. Do we credit Newsom for that? I don't think so, right? I don't think we can credit. So see, there you go. Yes, sir.
Looks like it was Diane Feinstein.
That's it. Diane Feinstein. Okay. That woman had somebody managing her money because she was too old to manage her money. But meanwhile, she was still in office managing our money. This is our government right here. She was too old to manage her money. But she's fine to vote and manage all of our decisions. Panama, bro. Panama. Panama. You catch me, NorCal, Rusty out there, Lisa, Ocala Joe. There's a contingency of us that are going to get down there. We're going to have some fun. And, that's it. Create our own lifestyle down there and have a blast. Join us. Join us. Get away from the craziness. Get away from the red and blue craziness is what you got to do. Okay. All right. Got my tickets for Triumph here in Hollywood. Put our tickets for Tampa on sale, which, by the way, the Tampa tickets are second row. So they'll go like this because they're really good seats. We got fourth row here. I ended up getting a couple of rows back from where I was. So, but I told them, go ahead, bro. They're old. I don't need to see them up close. If it was Beyonce, I would go to the second. I would definitely keep the up close seats and then put on earplugs. That's all. Just stand there. You know what I mean? Because that's what I've always said, that I'd go to a Beyonce concert, just put me up in the front, and I don't really care about the music. I just want to see the sights, and so we're good. I can do that. I'm interested in that, but I'm not interested in actually the music. Are you out of your mind or something? Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. The one and only Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443, custom printing and embroidery. The Hawks, they beat the Heat 127-115 on a night where Miami was celebrating the 2006 champions. D. Wade leading the way for that first championship for the Miami Heat. Pella Larson in a losing cause, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Jaime Jaquez off the bench, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Friday, they're in Boston at 7:30. Tonight on the ice, the Panthers are taking on the Bruins. That'll be at Amerant Bank Arena, 7 o'clock face-off. Saturday, college basketball, University of Miami back in action. They are visiting BC. Miami 17-5, 6-3 in the ACC. BC 9-12, 2-6 in the ACC. Saturday, Beyond Bankcard Field will be broadcasting on Saturday live starting at 4:30. And you can get your tickets at FTLUTD.com as the Fort Lauderdale United are hosting Dallas Trinity at Beyond Bankcard Field. We'll be there for the game. We'll be there broadcasting live. Come on out and join us. I just hope it's not going to be cold. Anyway, in other sports news, well, the lazy ass choker, James Harden, he gets traded to the Cavs last night for Darius Garland and a second-round pick. What do you know? Somebody else wants that bum. And the Jets have named Frank Reich as the offensive coordinator. The 64-year-old was the interim coach of Stanford. The Miami Dolphins are signing wide receiver Terrence Marshall, according to Jeremy Fowler. And in Super Bowl news, the Seattle Seahawks continue as a 4.5-point favorite for Sunday's game. The over and under is 45.5. Seattle is minus 230 on the money line. New England is minus 190 on the money line. That is plus 190 on the money line. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. 786-618-1443 for custom printing and embroidery. All right. So there you go. And by the way, NorCal, when you move to Panama with me and you get yourself, a little ranch next to mine or somewhere close where, maybe we'll be in the same area, maybe we can kind of plan that ahead of time. We got to get stuff that's, like volcanic ash, because you can grow like really rich things. You know what I'm saying there, NorCal? Think Blue Dodgers will visit you in Panama. Okay? Maybe other people too after they find out that. But that volcanic ash, that ground is so rich. Just telling you, NorCal. Just giving you another fact, another reason to go down there. You know me, I'm a facilitator of fun. That's what it's all about. Don't forget, folks, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Bitcoin is at a beautiful point right now at 73,858. I am loving it. And the Dow has bounced. It is now up 273 points. The S&P is down 22. And the NASDAQ is down 1 point. So that's what we got going on right now. All right. So there we go. Let's see. NorCal goes, set it up, I'll be the gardener for our compound. I like it. I like how you think, sir. Did you see, Sean, the altercation that DK Metcalf had with that fan on the sidelines? You remember that? Right? Ryan Kennedy. Did you see what Ryan Kennedy did now? No? Ryan Kennedy is now suing, which, you're kind of wondering when this was going to happen, right? Because there's mics everywhere and nobody ever caught him saying anything whatsoever. So now the gentleman who got pushed around, he is filing for a lawsuit. He is suing the Steelers. Ryan Kennedy, who got into the altercation, is seeking $100 million in damages, as well as a court-ordered public retraction and corrections from the defendants. This is interesting. Through the same channels where the statements were originally published. It's a bold move by Kennedy, who's not only suing Metcalf, but also Chad Johnson, Shay Media LLC, Ford Field Management LLC, among others. Okay? And I got to tell you, because if clearly he didn't say the N-word, because he's going forward with this lawsuit. There was no proof. There's mics everywhere, cameras everywhere. Nobody caught him saying any of that. DK just got baited is what it looks like. But the worst part was, and I talked about it when it happened, that Chad Johnson right away said, I talked to DK and he said the N-word and this, that, and whatever. And I'm glad that Chad Johnson is part of this lawsuit, because Chad Johnson's a fucking clown. Okay? This is the clown that when Tyreek Hill got injured, the next day he would say, no, he could get healthy in time to help the Dolphins get into the playoffs. That's the kind of broadcast bullshit that goes. This is why our business is dog shit. because we have people like that on the air, and too many people support that bullshit. Too many people support irresponsible media that's out there baiting people with irresponsible shit or saying irresponsible shit like that. Oh, no, I talked to DK, and yeah, he called him the N-word, and there was no proof of that. Just like there's no proof that Tyreek Hill could come back within the same year and help. He literally said that. You can go back. It's there. I'm sure it's all there. And it's not that I listened to that show, but I've heard these sound bites come out on social media over the time since he's been on, and he's a fool. He doesn't belong anywhere talking sports because he's just being a clown more often than not. Look, I get it. People that have to bait you guys with stupid quarterback talk and all that because, they're limited in what they do and they can't have a conversation. Look, I have been talking for over an hour straight, which is easily 2 hours in radio because of all the commercial breaks. Okay? Because it's like 36 minutes of commercial breaks in an hour. You're like talking 24 minutes in an hour. So I've already talked for over 2 hours of a regular radio show. And during that time, they would have to bait you with QB talk, which there's none of that here because it doesn't make any sense. But I get it. But now when you get to the ridiculous point where you start saying, oh, yeah, I know for a fact that guy said the N-word, when you don't, bro. Oh, he could come back from that knee injury and help the Dolphins get in the playoffs. Well, first of all, you're a moron for thinking the Dolphins are going to go in the playoffs. And you're an even bigger moron for thinking that he could come back from that knee injury. So I'm glad that he's part of this lawsuit because he's a clown. And he belongs nowhere in our business talking sports. Just go talk bullshit, bro. And tell everybody that you're talking bullshit because, unfortunately, people are stupid and they'll believe some of the shit that you're talking about because they think that you're a former player. You bring credibility to the table. And Chad Johnson has zero credibility. He's a clown. He's always been a clown. That's his existence. Since he was a player, he was a clown. And he continues to be one in the broadcast world. So I'm glad that he's part of this lawsuit. Because to come out and say, oh, no, yeah, I talked to DK, and yeah, he said the N-word, and there's zero proof of that. I'm glad his ass is getting sued for being a dumbass. So we'll find out if that guy has any kind of success with this lawsuit. But I hope on the Chad Johnson side, he has a lot of success. Let me just say it that way. I hope he succeeds a lot against Chad Johnson. I don't know for what kind of financial, but I hope so. Big time. Big time. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button, folks. Very important. Let's see. Think Blue Dodgers goes NorCal. We're going to have to smoke a lot more trees soon. See? There you go. There you go. Think Blue Dodgers, I knew he would be enticed by that conversation because I had to bring, these guys, they love the weed. And I got to remind them that if we go down to Panama, the ground is super rich there. So just saying, beautiful things come out of the ground. Think Blue Dodger says he's going to grow tobacco for the blunts. Wow, they're going to another level now. That reminds me of a show that I'm watching called Sprung on Prime. And it's funny. It's really funny, actually. It's as dysfunctional as hell. It's about some prisoners that got released during COVID. Remember in COVID where they had overcrowding and they figured people that had like low crime, like, weed crimes or crimes that weren't really serious, they let them out. And so these dysfunctional parolees or inmates or whatever get released into the wild, and they're doing wild shit. And it's funny and dysfunctional. And in one scene yesterday that I was watching, one of the characters didn't smoke, but one of the guys passed them a blunt, which is a joint rolled with the tobacco. Okay. And so now that you mentioned that, I was thinking about the scene yesterday where he's high and it's kind of funny and all that. It's called Sprung. I'm like on episode 6, I think. Something like that. There's only like 9. It's only one season, but it's worth watching. It's funny. Sprung on Prime. Ocala Joe, by the way, turned me on to Sprung. So credit to Ocala Joe on that one. Let's see. Yader Castro says, Big O, I will be visiting you in Panama since I already have properties in Nicaragua. We will be neighbors. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Let's hang. Let's hang. Love it. It's going to be fun. Don't put it past me that I find a bar to broadcast from and everything out there whenever I get settled down. Don't put past me that I start doing all kinds of different things over there too, just to broadcasting from there. Pat in Nashville says, wait, Reek didn't return for our playoff push last year? Anyone who saw that Hill injury knew he was out for the rest of the season. Don't think most fans take Johnson seriously. He's a joker. No, well, he wasn't joking. That's the thing. He says stupid shit, and it's not joking. He's just an idiot. And by the way, Pep people are stupid. They believe anything and everything, dude. Okay? All right? There's people that just spew lie after lie, and idiots go and repeat those lies constantly. So, trust me, there's a lot of dumb people in this world. A lot of gullible people in this world. NorCal says, Think Blue, I'll grow some tobacco, but I'm coming up with 22 years. No tobacco products. I'll pass the blunt without inhaling. Thank you. Exactly. I agree with you on that one. No blunt. Yeah. Don't need the tobacco involved in the thing. I'm with you there. I'm an anti cigarette guy, so I would not do the blunt thing. That's I'm with you there. If you're going to do it, just do that stuff. Don't do the other stuff. Don't mix it in. If you haven't watched Eastbound, oh, God, yes. But that's old, bro. Eastbound and Down is, yeah. I watched Eastbound and Down. Definitely. Let's do a little birthdays. All right? Let's do a little birthdays. I know I'm doing it early, but what the hell? Let's go with who was born on this date in music history. And by the way, Jay, thank you. The other day I saw you send me the list for wrestlers when Sean wasn't with us, but I didn't see the list till after the show. So that was my bad. That was very kind of you, Jay. Thank you very much. Don't know if you're out there somewhere right now listening, but thank you, my brother. You're the best. That is too kind. That's the one of the best things about doing the show I've done for 36 years is getting to know some of the people that are their listeners and their supporters, but they're really now friends, actually, because we literally hang out and talk and, go out or whatever, or meet somewhere or whatever. So to me, that's been my favorite thing of doing this over 36 years is personally getting to know, some of you out there actually and building relationships. So that to me has been one of the more satisfying things about doing what I do. All right, let's get to a little birthday action. Natalie Imbruglia, the actress and the singer, born in 1975. Let's see. Wasserman, guitarist with The Offspring, born in 63. Jerry Shirley, drummer with Humble Pie, born in 52. Phil Earhart, drummer with Kansas, one of the founding members, of course, born in 51. James Dunn, singer with the Stylistics. You make me feel brand new. Born in 1950. Alice Cooper, born in 1948. Vincent Furnier, School's Out for the Summer. Margie and Marianne Ganser, vocalists with the Shangri-Las, the leader of the pack. Let's see who else. Barry Beckett, part of the Muscle Shoals rhythm section. If you want to see a great music documentary, Muscle Shoals, go check it out. Let's see who else. Jimmy Johnson, born in 43, not the one you're thinking of. It's a guitarist best known as a studio backing band known as the Muscle Shoals rhythm section of Alabama. Just so you'll get a little taste, Muscle Shoals. He played on many hits and countless sessions, including Percy Sledge, Aretha Franklin, Clarence Carter, Arthur Conley, Wilson Pickett, Joe Cocker, Paul Simon, Rod Stewart. He also engineered the Rolling Stones album Sticky Fingers. Johnson died of a heart attack on September 11, 2019 in his home in Waller, Texas at the age of 58. So Jimmy Johnson, not the other guy. This guy, badass in his own right. John Steele, drummer with the Animals, born in 41. Damn, dude. Mike Deasy, American rock and jazz guitarist. He worked with a member of the Wrecking Crew, another great rock documentary, The Wrecking Crew. They also were, just like the Muscle Shoals group, they helped other artists create all kinds of hits. And in Dee's case, he contributed parts to the Beach Boy albums and Pet Sounds in the 60s. Later on, he worked on records with the Monkees, The Association, Randy Newman, Fats Domino, The Byrds, Michael Jackson, Helen Reddy, Frank Zappa, and others. So when you're talking about the Wrecking Crew and you're talking about Muscle Shoals, you're talking about two groups of people, dynamite musicians that helped shape music in so many different genres, and they helped create hits for so many artists. It's amazing. So check out those two rockumentaries and you will be blown away. All right, let's go to famous birthdays. Sometimes there's musicians. Remember, if I don't give you an age on this list, that means they have passed away. Charles Lindbergh, the aviator, born in 1902. World Golf Hall of Fame member Byron Nelson, born in 1912. Civil rights activist Rosa Lee Parks, born in 1913. Feminist Betty Friedman, born in 1921. Former Argentine President Isabel Martínez de Perón, born in 31. She is 95, still with us. Comedian David Brenner, born in 36. Former Vice President Dan Quayle, born in 47. He is 79 today. Actress Lisa Eichhorn, born in 52. She's 74. Football Hall of Fame member Lawrence Taylor, he's born in 59. He's 67. Musician Clint Black, born in 62. He's 64. Drug addict Hunter Biden, born in 70. He's 56. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? No. Actress Gabrielle Anwar, born in 70. She's 56. Boxer and, of course, I think they're called like hairnet stockings. Wearer Oscar De La Hoya, born in 73. He's 53. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. Musician Jeff Schroeder from Smashing Pumpkins, born in 74. He's 52. Musician Gavin DeGraw, born in 77. He's 49. I don't want to be anything other than... I'm sorry. Actress Lauren Ash, born in 83. She's 43. Musician Zol Manville from Portugal, the man, born in 84. He's 42 today. That is it. Sean Stanley, do you have wrestlers born on this date, sir?
Yes, sir, we do. Aaron Solo turns 39. The great Chris Sabin is 44. Shiloh Hill of NXT is 27. Takuma Fujiwara turns 24. And AEW, I'm sorry, no, let me take that back. TNA World Heavyweight Champion Mike Santana turns 35 on February 4th, 2026.
All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, here we go. Let's talk about a little music history, because I know you're all wondering, well, what the hell happened today, music history, right? I mean, Jesus, I'm dying to know. Well, in 65, You've Lost That Love and Feeling from the Righteous Brothers was number one in the U.S. and the U.K. simultaneously. How about that? In 66, the year I was born, the Rolling Stones released their 19th Nervous Breakdown. The song would go to peak to number 2 in the Billboard Hot 100 singles. In 72, David Bowie finished recording The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and The Spider from Mars. In 77, Fleetwood Mac released their 11th studio album and one of the greatest albums of all time, Rumors. And it features the singles Go Your Own Way, Dreams, Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow, and You Make Lovin' Fun. In 78, Queen peaked at number 4 in the Billboard Hot 100 singles with We Will Rock You. And We Are the Champions, of course. It was their second top 10 single in the US. In 83, Karen Carpenter died of heart failure, a complication of anorexia nervosa. She was 32. Though her life ended too soon, she and her brother Richard Carpenter formed the 70s duo The Carpenters and released more than a dozen hit records before Karen was even 24. She is best known for a vocal performance, but she was also a talented drummer and started off in The Carpenters singing from behind the drum kit. She was embarrassed to be up front, so that's why she wanted to sing behind the drum kit and kind of hide, back there. In 92, Sir Mix-a-Lot released his third studio album, Mac Daddy, and it features the singles One Time's Got No Case, Baby Got Back, and Swap Meet Louie. I'm sorry. In 97, a band from overseas, but they're good, Silverchair. Silverchair released their second studio album, Freak Show. It features the singles Freak, Abuse Me, Cemetery, and The Door. Let's see. In 2016, Van Morrison became Sir Van Morrison when he received his knighthood at a ceremony at Buckingham Palace. In 2016, Earth, Wind & Fire officially died when singer, songwriter, musician, record producer, arranger, and band leader Maurice White died. With Earth, Wind & Fire, he had the 75 U.S. number 1 single, Shining Star, and in 81, the UK number 3 single, Let's Groove. White won 7 Grammys and was nominated for a total of 20 Grammys, and also worked with Denise Williams, The Emotions, Barbra Streisand, and Neil Diamond. That was when you originally, you knew that it was, once Maurice White was not performing with Earth, Wind & Fire, it was over, dude. That was the heart and soul of Earth, Wind & Fire, Maurice White. Without Maurice White, it's just not Earth, Wind & Fire, dude. That's just kind of the way it goes, unfortunately. Let's see, what else do we have here? In 2021, R&B singer, songwriter Nolan Porter died at age 71. He recorded 2 albums and 6 singles in the early 70s, best known for his song, Keep On Keeping On, which became popular on the Northern Soul scene. And in 78, Joy Division used the guitar riff from Porter's song for their song Interzone on their debut album, Unknown Pleasures. Now let's see if there's any birthdays that weren't on the original list of musicians. Let's see. Cameron is 50. Kimberly Wyatt from the Pussycat Dolls is 43. And that is it from that list. And that's what happened today in music history. All right. Oh, let's see. What else do we have? Playoffs first. You got to win a game. Are you kidding me? What are you? Who's talking about playoffs? I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Don't forget, folks, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. You can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. Thank you. Bitcoin, by the way, is at 74,000 right now. So it's been screwing around at 73 something and then in the 74s right now. So that is what's been going on. By the way, All Year Cooling and Plumbing, proud sponsors of our program. Tommy does great work. I got to know his dad too, Tommy Sr. In fact, that AC, Tommy Jr. and Sr. installed that AC that I have in my home 16 years ago, dude. 16 years ago, and it's still going strong. And the heater is going strong too, by the way, because I've actually used the heater the last couple of days here. Man, crazy. Yesterday I had the heater on for a while. Also, I have my dogs too. I can't have them going through the cold. But anyway, All Your Cooling and Plumbing, they are number one in Florida. And folks, they have over 350,000 satisfied customers, same-day service and installs. They've been in business since 73, so they're now on year number 53. They serve Homestead all the way to Vero Beach, plus our friends in Naples. Guess what? We're there also now. So we've got extended warranties. Financing is available, same-day installations, free repair estimates, 7-day-a-week service, so you can depend on them. Great people, great company, and you will enjoy it. The results are always second to none. Make sure you reach out to them. 888-204-5554. That's 888-204-5554 for All Year Cooling and Plumbing. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. What else do we have going on? Any questions? Do we have anything out there? Because I got to tell you, today is one of those slow days. There isn't a lot to talk about unless I start inventing subjects, which I don't do that here on the show. But there might be something that I have overlooked that might be newsworthy to talk about. You can give it to me. Oh, by the way, one more person celebrating a birthday today. My wife. She was born on this date, February 4th. And you know what, Sean? I learned something today. You learn something every day. I like something and I believe in something in our society that's going to grow and become a big part of society in every way possible fiscally is what? Bitcoin? Right? Right, Sean? You would say? Do you know whose birthday is today also? Michael Saylor. Is that funny? Michael Saylor was born today. I told my wife, happy birthday. And then I sent her a picture of Michael Saylor with his birthday. And I go, I know I'm on the right path. I mean, I had no idea that you and Michael Saylor share the same birthday. The Bitcoin, like king of all kings. So there we go. February 4th, a good day, a great day. Because I met my wife because she was born on February 4th. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, man. So Michael Saylor, happy birthday to him. All right, he's also a February 4th. Big O, which platform can I find the documentary Muscle Shoals? I bet you it's on YouTube. I bet you if you go to YouTube right now, let me see. I'm going to put Muscle Shoals. Muscle Shoals documentary full. Right there, dude. YouTube. You can do it. They got it right there. Muscle Shoals documentary on YouTube. And then the other one is Wrecking Crew. Wrecking Crew documentary. Wrecking Crew documentary. Okay. You guys want to be like, you want 2 documentaries that will blow your ass away? Watch those 2. Blow your ass away. And you'll learn so much. You'll be amazed at the contributions that these men and women made to just all kinds of American music. Rock and pop and country and everything, you name it. Okay, they were a part of it, and it's just absolutely amazing. I got to see Chuck Negron about 10 years ago, the Three Dog Night singer. He was already old at that point, so amazing. I know we lost him a couple days ago. Rest in peace. Yeah, Three Dog Night was good. They were good, man. They were good. What else? And thank you, Big Johnson. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you, Lenny Pena. Very kind. Very kind. Thank you out there, you all. Very nice of you. I got to say, I am sorry, but I'm going to wrap it up. I don't have much more to talk about today. Unfortunately, it's a short day. There is not really a lot of things going on, and there's nothing that I'm going to force or anything because that's not my style. But I appreciate all of you out there as always. I thank my man Sean Stanley. I thank all of you out there that hit the like button. Please make sure you hit the like button anytime that you get a chance. Thank you. Tomorrow morning we'll be back in studio, and Friday, and then Saturday we'll be out at Beyond Bankcard Field in Davie for the Fort Lauderdale United match against the Dallas Trinity. We'll be broadcasting from 4:30 to 6:30. So come on out and say hi, man. Would love to see you guys out there. It'll be a much warmer weekend, I hope, than it's been in the past. Anyway, appreciate you all out there. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show.